What's up, guys? Steve here with another stimulus package update, and I have exciting news that I'm very happy to share with you guys. Negotiations have resumed as Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer announced, hey, we want to make a deal. President Donald Trump is now urging Republicans, go with the higher number. And it looks like the Problem Solvers Caucus is bringing us all together now and putting us on the right track so we can see an extension of FPUC enhanced unemployment benefits and a second and potentially third round of stimulus checks. So in this video, I'm going to get you caught up on all the details. And if you like that, if you could do me a quick favor, just ever so gently click that like button. It'll just take a second. I would appreciate it. YouTube channel success is pretty much based on interaction. So when you click the like button and you leave comments, it helps on my channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you'd like to keep getting video updates on stimulus checks, stimulus packages, unemployment, LWA, FPUC, and all of the provisions rolling out, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way every time I upload videos, you can be notified. Also, follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. And if you'd like to be a part of something positive and encouraging, a group of us are getting together on Thursday evenings and doing Bible studies at teachjesus.app on Facebook. And if you'd like to get some fashionable, modest women's clothing, go ahead and check out my wife's website at www.nayaelloboutique.com. So as I let you guys know, on Tuesday, we saw a new stimulus package proposal released by the Problem Solvers Caucus. Now, if you haven't heard of the Problem Solvers Caucus, essentially it's about 50 members of Congress, 25 from each party, and they work together collectively for bipartisan cooperation and agreement on key policy issues. And at this time, that's pretty much coming to an agreement on a stimulus package. So they went behind the scenes, put together a stimulus package without the support of their leaders on their own, and they revealed it to us on Tuesday. Now, I for one thought that the Problem Solvers Caucus stimulus package proposal was a really great compromise to meet in the middle of what Democrats and Republicans each wanted to see. This was a $1.5 trillion stimulus package that was adjustable to the needs of the country. So if the pandemic progressed and we needed more stimulus, this could go from 1.5 up to 1.9 if we still needed this in 2021. And if things got better by 2021, this could go down from 1.5 to 1.3 trillion, adjustable to what's needed. So I thought that was really great. In addition to that, it included an FPUC extension retroactively applied from the time we saw FPUC expire at the end of July. Now, this would be a $450 weekly unemployment enhancement that would go for 8 weeks. And this looked like another compromise because Republicans wanted 300, Democrats wanted 600, so meet right in the middle at 450. And after the 8 weeks, it would then adjust to $600 per week of wage replacement. So you could get up to $600 per week, but not making more than your previous earnings. And this was on top of LWA. So if you received LWA benefits, you would get that plus this on top of that in addition to that. And this was adjustable, as I said, so this potentially could go all the way out to February of 2021. In addition to that, it also included $1,200 stimulus checks, a second round, and if we need more stimulus in 2021, it proposes a third round of stimulus checks. So this included a lot of great provisions that we wanted to see, and it was adjustable to the needs of the country. Now, shortly after this was released, literally the same day, some head Democrats in the House and Nancy Pelosi came out and said that this did not adequately meet the needs of the country, that they were going to essentially reject it. They wanted to stand strong at $2.2 trillion. However, they did reassure us that they would not leave session until they had some sort of agreement, and they were confident and optimistic that they could have some sort of stimulus package agreement soon. Well, yesterday, things changed. Apparently, they changed their mind and they decided that they wanted to start negotiations. And yesterday evening, we saw negotiations restart. And it looks likely that the Problem Solvers Caucus stimulus proposal is going to be either the guidelines or a version of what we see in the next stimulus package. So you might be asking yourself, what was it that caused Nancy Pelosi to change her mind? Well, it could be the fact that she's starting to lose support from her own party. Keep in mind the fact that when she passed the Delivery for America Act, the U.S. Postal Bill, that she had over 100 members of Congress from the House, Democrats, come and approach her and urge her to pass a standalone bill to provide additional provisions in the form of FPUC and other things to help Americans, and she denied them. Well, they were very unhappy to hear her rejection of the Problem Solvers Caucus. In addition to that, on the news, Jim Cramer came out and mocked her, calling her Crazy Nancy. And although he apologized immediately and said he was simply quoting the president, if you watch it, you can tell his intention might have been questionable. In addition to that, we have some members of Congress calling to have Nancy Pelosi removed from her position as Speaker of the House. And then we heard Steve Mnuchin, Mark Meadows, and President Donald Trump all say they support the Problem Solvers Caucus stimulus package proposal. And President Donald Trump even said that in a tweet, he told Republicans, take the higher number. He urged them, let's make a deal. And hey, it's all going to go into the economy anyway, so let's get a deal done. So now we have the support of the White House and President Donald Trump. And then seeing that, it looks like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer came together and made a statement saying that they wanted to resume negotiations. And yesterday, negotiations officially restarted. Now, as it stands, the Problem Solvers Caucus stimulus package is in the House of Representatives, and they are planning on either modifying this or using it as a starting point for their next stimulus package. And they are not intending on just passing this and then having it go on to the Senate. Their plan is to assemble something and then go directly to President Donald Trump to receive his blessing. Once they do that, then they will pass it and then pass it on to the Senate. And they believe that if they can get President Donald Trump's support on this bill, that it could unite Republicans to get behind this stimulus package and we could all come together on an agreement. So very quickly, I'm going to read off for you what is currently in this proposal as it stands. Now, as I mentioned, there's $1,200 stimulus checks, which would include $500 for dependents. Same guidelines we can expect to see that we had before from the CARES Act, with an automatic booster for a third round of stimulus checks if needed. In addition to that, as I mentioned, $120 billion to an extension of FPUC benefits, and this could potentially go all the way out to February of 2021. In addition to that, $500 billion is for state and local government funding. This is the blue state bailout that we had talked about that Democrats wanted to see. So there is something in there that they wanted to see. $400 million for election aid, $240 billion to the PPP program, $50 billion to EIDL grants and loans. This would also fix the Main Street lending program. $1 billion would go to WIC Plus Up, $10 billion to SNAP Plus Up or food stamps. There would be rental assistance and eviction bans for 2021, also mortgage assistance, a student loan forbearance until the end of the year, although we sort of have that already in the form of the president's executive memorandum, $100 billion for testing and healthcare, $15 billion to childcare providers, $100 billion for K through 12 schools, whether virtual or in person. So however it is that they're going to be performing school, they would get support. $30 billion to higher education, $15 billion for the post office, $25 billion for agriculture, and there would also be worker liability protection. We're expecting that the House of Representatives will have something ready, they said, in about 3 to 4 days, so sometime next week. And I will be sure to keep you up to date as things roll out. So hopefully we'll have some great news here very shortly. And when we do, I will be sure to share here on my channel. And if you like that, again, if you could do me a quick favor, just ever so gently click that like button. It'll just take a second and it would help me out a ton. Thank you so much. And also, if you'd like to stay up to date on everything that's unfolding, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell so that way every time I upload videos, you can stay notified. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. And if you'd like to be a part of something positive and encouraging, a group of us are getting together this evening, this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to teachjesus.app on Facebook. Also, if you like some fashionable women's clothing, check out my wife's website at www.nayaellaboutique.com. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. I hope this reaches you well. God bless. Take care. This is Steve.